I'm out here on the stretch of 28th Avenue. It's between the Van Kal and County Road 653 in Van Buren County. And this is the stretch that's known as Hatchet Man Road. If you're not familiar with the story, apparently a guy lived out here and he was extremely paranoid. He dug himself a fallout shelter either under his house or next to his house, whichever. And his paranoia got to be so great that he moved his family into that shelter. Now I want you to notice there's a hill in front of us. I got something to tell you about this hill here in just a minute. Okay, so he dug this fallout shelter, moved his family into it because of his paranoia. Now with his family in this fallout shelter, he felt a little secure, but after a while he started to get paranoid again and eventually killed his family with a hatchet, self-preservation, whatever, and then eventually ended up killing himself. The story doesn't say how he killed himself, but he did. Now, the legend goes that people still see his ghost either carrying a hatchet, chasing them around. They see a white-faced girl in the trees. People have seen glowing orbs, all kinds of different things. Cars coming flying up behind them with their lights on, tailgating them, and then by the time they get to the other end of the road, the car disappears. Well, I did some searching throughout the area, and I actually found Fred Woodhams, who owns this property, and I even got footage, you'll see that in a minute. He claimed that he was the one in the truck tailgating these people and disappearing in the woods. It was him, his property. He was doing it because these people were out here chasing all these silly myths, as he called them.
So the whole thing with the cars flying up with the headlights
That was
on?
me. I came up, I used to have lights all over my stupid little truck. And I'd see cars down there, so I'd fly up behind them, and then they'd get scared and go down further, and I'd duck into my property and shut the lights
My
off.
own personal experience with this, I grew up in the area. This is my backyard. I used to fish, we're almost at the creek right now. I used to come riding my bike here with my friends, and we would fish out of this creek when I was a kid. Never once did we hear anything about this hatchet man. Never did we see anything bizarre or unusual. Nothing ever happened to us. We just fished and had a good time. Fell in the stream a few times. We just crossed over, but nothing bad ever happened to us. The other part of this is the fact that it says that he built big potholes, that he built this fallout shelter either under his house or next to it. Whatever he did, that would virtually be impossible, because if he was as paranoid as they say he was, he would have wanted to do this all by himself. The water table in this area is so high that it would be virtually impossible to dig this. And here in just a minute, I will be able to show you the water when you can see it out through the trees. But the water table is so high, there's no way you could dig down in there to see this water, or to put in a foundation for a fallout shelter without some big industrial equipment to dig this, pour the concrete, be able to divert the water around them. So I don't believe that was even possible for them to do that. Right up here you'll be able to start seeing the water, I do believe. Just a second here. Here we go. You see the water. Try and get up here a little further. There you go. There's the water. Right up there by the surface of the road. So it's not possible for anybody to have, by themselves at least, without the help of some heavy equipment, to have dug anything into the ground out here. And then again, I grew up out here. I've never seen any glowing orbs or anything strange like that happening in this whole, what the heck is this? Oh. Okay, I don't know what that was all about. Oh, and here comes some headlights behind me too. Great. Yeah, so I'm just gonna speed up and get out of here. That's not really what I wanted to see. Again, if you want to read more on the story, the link will be in the description below. And if you want to, you can come out here and check it out for yourself. The part with the hill, by the way, people were saying they could park on that hill, put their car in neutral, and that their car would just start rolling on its own towards the creek. Well, obviously that's going to happen because you're on a hill. They're saying it's flat, and it's not. It's very obvious. So if you don't believe me, come out here, check it out for yourself. This is 28th Avenue between Van Kal and County Road 653 in Van Buren County. Come try it out for yourself.